worm has to scurry through the shadows to try and fight back. He'll be dead soon enough.
How is she, guard?
Diana seemed to look uninjured, but her body was twitching from the aftermath of the magical attack. Her visible eyes were shut tight as she dug her fingers into the guard's struggle to cling to him. As her eyes shut open, I saw not blood-red ruby-coloured eyes, but I saw an unfriendly golden colour painted over her iris. Her mouth opened as she panted for air, and I could see the hunger in her facial expression. But she continued to stare at the wall, not even to make eye contact with anyone.
There are no physical wounds, but she's been weakened. I must give her my energy so she can recover.
Take your time! Have fun, you two! Bond! Get married! That'd be awesome. My mind, however, began to panic. I couldn't go home. Why was I being forced to stay? Down the demon road. This wasn't right.
There's an imp in the castle. That is the only way the demon lord could have been able to interfere.
You! Guards by the door! Hunt it down!
A pair of guards that were apparently by the door saluted the one commanding them and ran off. I fell out of place, slow and terrified as to what was going to happen. The demon lord wanted me here, and his words pounded at my mind. How was I going to get home? Would I ever be able to go home?
Hey.
I looked up to see the winged person hovering near me before they moved and sat on their knees on the stone ground beside me.
We'll get you home, okay? Diana just needs a little rest, okay?
She needs more than rest. She needs to use a different spell to send her back. The Demon Lord will expect her to use the shadow spell again.
How about the normal way? I'm sure we can connect to a witch, or even the warlock she used before, to reopen a portal to the human world.
The warlock she used to get to the human world died, remember? And he was the most powerful warlock in the human world, practically a god himself. What other human could be used to open a portal without another human dying?
It was merely a suggestion. The faster we get this human home, the faster we can move on and finish off the demon lord.
Well, what are we going to do with the human now?
We can give her a room to rest in. Humans need sleep after all. Maybe by the time she wakes up, we'll think of a solution.
Come.
The woman with the rabbit ears looked down at me and lowered her hand to me, inviting me to take it. She had a kind but concerned expression on her face, so I trusted her. I slowly took her hand and began to stand up as the fairy figure brushed off the small patches of the dust that accumulated on my dress. I couldn't do anything. I was forced to listen to the beings around me because there was nothing else I could do. Without them, I couldn't get home. My heart ached, but I had to accept my predicament.
Here, I'll bring you to the open ambassador's room. You are free to rest there for now.
I love the fact there's an ambassador's room. Okay. I was led out of the room and into the hall. I kept my eyes down, trying to take in more of the situation I was in. I was trapped in the demon world, and Diana was our commission. The demon lord had plans for me, but what exactly was his aiming for? I could have been bait. I could have been revenge. I didn't know, nor could I figure it out now. At least I was safe. At least I hoped I was safe. The woman led me to a room that practically screamed medieval fantasy. Everything was clean, but still had that old age feel. As if no one had ever stepped foot in that room until that moment.
Rest here for now. When Diana is well again, we can discuss what to do.
Right. Thank you. I nodded to the woman before she gently curtsied and left, closing the door behind me and leaving me in this room, which I just started admiring the decor and suddenly realised how much purple is in here. I then went on to ponder as to why demons do not have technology like we do. But then again, it's the demon world, they have magic, which is far superior to, technology, but there we go. Anyway, I was given a golden opportunity to learn something new. However, my thoughts began to drift, and I felt myself becoming weak and dizzy, no doubt from the shock and trauma I'd gone through. I stumbled towards the bed, needing to sit down and let everything settle in without passing out. As my rear hit the mattress, however, I let out a small, pleasurable sigh. Holy crap, this is a comfy mattress. We need to get one of these back home. I felt myself fall back, and my entire body simply melted into softness beneath my body. It was like I was sleeping on a cloud. Was that possible? Demon magic may have something to do with it, but I was certain that I was drifting into an almost blissful sleep just by laying on the blankets and mattress. Not caring that I was still in my dress, I closed my eyes and drifted to sleep. I needed the rest since Diana wouldn't be available for a while anyway. Darkness surrounded my mind. My dreams remained silent and hushed in the cool and calm black. No nightmares appeared, no sounds were made. I was simply resting, and that was all my body needed. I let my thoughts wander in my subconsciousness, thinking about what was going to happen next. What will the boys do when they realize I'm gone? What will he do? I imagined him finding a way into the demon world and pulling me back to where I belong, wrapping me in his arms and swearing never to let me go. I would be relieved and we'd be married just as we were supposed to be. Oh, and probably get even with Simon for stealing the rings in the first place. How unrealistic was that? I had to be realistic right now. I was struck, and the only one who seemed to be able to send me back was Diana and her companions, whoever they were. I had to trust them, whether I liked it or not. Eventually I did rise from my sleep, somehow, fully refreshed and calm. How could that have been?
Did you have a good rest?
Oh, hello, dear. I turned my head to see Diana at the door, arms crossed and leaning against the archway. The door's archway. She had a look of concern and pure curiosity in her face as she waited my answer. Are you okay? Diana stared at me slightly shocked. Did she not expect me to ask?
Huh. Well, yes, I'm fine now that I've had proper rest.
Did you have fun with them, your friend? That's good. Diana shook her head and stepped into the room, closing the door behind her.
So we need to find another way to get you back to the human world. It won't be easy, but I believe it can be done by tonight at the latest.
Awesome. Diana nodded across her arms, leaning on one hip.
It will take time to get our shadow agents to gather the necessary supplies, but they are not hard to obtain, being that we're in a position of power. You must be lucky.
What do you mean? Oh, yay! Hologram time! So Diana showed me her an impressive hologram thingy-mabobby with a lot of triangles. I'm assuming red represents Demon Lord, black represents, I don't know. Purple represents Diana, most likely. I don't know. I don't know how all these work. Oh my god, there's a diagram! Diana pointed at the marker that had a purple banner at the tip. It was marked in the center of some mountains and forest area. It was also the very center of the map.
That is where we are currently. The center of the Abyssal Plains.
Oh my god, we're at the center of it all. We're at the peak of pinnacleness. This is where everything changes. Also, when you know Nora, she got like this purple stripe that goes right around her neck that kind of looks like a collar. But I know it's a stripe. Anyway. She reminds me of a dragon. Anyway, Diana then ran her fingers in a circle around the marker, showing a purple mirror on it.
Everything we need for the spell is within this area. It will just take time to gather the materials and prepare it.
Right. I nodded, understanding the situation. I was going to hope I'd be able to go home tonight, get married, and get even with Simon. So, what should I do until then?
My suggestion? Stay in this room. I can mark this room as off-limits so that no demon may enter that would confuse you for an intruder and kill you.
There. I gulped. I didn't want to die. Diana then made the magical map disappear.
However, I cannot stop you from whatever you wish to do. Just don't leave the castle.
Got it. Won't leave castle. But I will go be nosy. I noticed as she turned to leave. As she stepped out, Diana looked back to me with a reassuring look.
We'll get you back to the human world. I promise you that.
Finally, she left me alone in the room. I let out a small sigh and looked up at the ceiling. I had to wait until tonight to actually do anything. What was I going to do? Part of me agreed with Diana's suggestion, wanted to stay in the room and be safe in case the guards didn't know who I was and would kill me on sight. My curiosity wouldn't let me alone and wanted me to explore the castle. I was handed an opportunity to explore a castle in the demon world, and part of me didn't want it to go to waste. I was torn on what to do. Let's go explore. There was no way I was letting the chance pass by. I stood and walked towards the door, opening it a crack and looking around. There was no one in the hall, but there were two directions to go. Which way? Left. I went left. I closed the door behind me as I exited my room and began to make my way down the left corridor. Everything was definitely medieval style, and I felt a bit small in the hall. It was like I was in a fairy tale walking around in a wedding dress. It felt almost dreamlike anyway. The passages seemed long, decorated with wall candles, paintings, and random curtains and flowers. It was mystical to see, and I smiled. As I pushed another fork in the hole, however, I sighed. Really, how does anyone find their way around? I looked back, knowing that I hadn't walked far from my room. I could turn back, yet... Right. I was heading left, so I decided to go in the opposite direction this time. I turned right and headed down the hall, greeted by some fantastical decor. The hall became longer and longer as I continued to walk. However, I suddenly stopped at the sound of a shout.
Beware my evil reign and bow to your new overlord!
Okay. What? Might have to watch out for a creepy evil fairy person. It sounded like her. What the hell? I'm scared.